Imagine a place whispered about only by the most adventurous travelers. It's a place tucked away from the sprawling cities and famous beaches that often define our image of Brazil. This isn't the electric energy of Rio de Janeiro or the vastness of São Paulo. Instead, it's a corner of the world where nature still holds sway, where the soundtrack is not the roar of traffic, but the constant, thunderous applause of falling water. This hidden gem, a small town nestled deep within the Amazon, is home to not one, not 10, but over 200 waterfalls. It's a secret world, a labyrinth of jungle trails and crystal-clear streams, waiting for those willing to look beyond the guidebooks and venture into the unknown. This isn't a myth or a legend passed down through generations. It is a real place, a living, breathing community that exists in harmony with its extraordinary surroundings. The air here feels different, thick with the scent of damp earth, sweet blossoms, and the clean, energizing mist thrown up by countless cascades. For years, its isolation has been its greatest shield, protecting it from the overwhelming tide of mass tourism that has reshaped so many beautiful locations around the globe. This isolation has allowed it to preserve a way of life that is deeply connected to the forest and the rivers that give it its identity, creating a sanctuary for both wildlife and the human spirit. The idea of 200 waterfalls in one small area might sound like an exaggeration, a tall tale told to impress outsiders. But here, it is a simple fact of geography. Each waterfall has its own character, its own unique song. Some are towering giants, crashing down with immense force, while others are gentle veils of water, trickling over moss-covered rocks into quiet, secluded pools. Visiting this place is like stepping into a natural art gallery where every exhibit is a masterpiece sculpted by water and time. It's an invitation to explore, to get lost, and to rediscover a sense of wonder that can often feel lost in our modern, fast-paced world. Our journey begins here with the promise of uncovering this remarkable secret. We will travel to this town, meet the people who call it home, and listen to their stories. We will walk the same paths they walk, swim in the cool waters of their sacred falls, and learn why they are so fiercely protective of their natural heritage. This is more than just a trip to a beautiful destination. It's a look into a different way of living, a lesson in conservation, and a powerful reminder of the incredible, undiscovered wonders our planet still holds. It's a story about the enduring power of nature and the people who live in its embrace. The town at the heart of our story is called Presidente Figueiredo. It is located in the state of Amazonas in the northern region of Brazil. Its position is unique, sitting just over 100 kilometers north of Manaus, the sprawling capital city that acts as the main gateway to the Amazon rainforest. While Manaus is a bustling port city where jungle and concrete collide, Presidente Figueiredo feels like a world away. It is an oasis of tranquility, defined not by buildings but by the vast, protected ecological reserves that surround it. The town itself is small and unassuming, a collection of simple houses, quiet streets, and welcoming local businesses. Geographically, the area is fascinating. It lies on the edge of the Guiana Shield, an ancient geological formation that is over 2 billion years old. This ancient rock base is much harder and more elevated than the surrounding Amazon basin. As rivers and streams flow from this higher ground down towards the lower basin, they encounter steep drops and cliffs, creating the perfect conditions for waterfalls. This unique geological feature is the reason why so many cascades are concentrated in such a relatively small area. The landscape is a vibrant tapestry of dense rainforest, rocky plateaus, and a complex network of rivers, streams, and subterranean water systems. The environment here is pure, untamed Amazon. The air is humid, and the forest canopy is so thick that in some places the sunlight barely reaches the ground, creating a cool, shaded world below. This ecosystem is bursting with life. Brightly colored macaws fly overhead, their calls echoing through the trees. Troops of monkeys can be seen leaping through the branches. The forest floor is home to an incredible diversity of insects, amphibians, and reptiles. The waters of the rivers and pools are remarkably clear, a testament to the pristine condition of the surrounding forest, which acts as a natural filter. It is a place that feels ancient and powerful. This unique combination of geology and biology has earned Presidente Figueiredo the nickname Terra das Cachoeiras, which translates to land of waterfalls. But it is more than just a name, it is the town's identity. The waterfalls are the center of life here. They are places for recreation, for spiritual connection, and for economic survival through small-scale, sustainable tourism. The town's existence is woven into the very fabric of this watery landscape, creating a delicate balance between human settlement and one of the most biodiverse environments on Earth. It is a living example of how a community can be shaped and defined by the natural wonders at its doorstep. Reaching Presidente Figueiredo is an adventure in itself, and its relative isolation is a key reason why it remains such a well-kept secret. The primary route begins in Manaus, a city you can fly into from major hubs in Brazil like São Paulo or Rio de Janeiro. From Manaus, the journey north is made along a single road, the BR-174. This highway cuts a narrow path directly through the dense Amazon rainforest. As you drive, the urban sprawl of the city quickly gives way to an endless wall of green on either side of the road. The 2-hour drive is a gradual immersion into the Amazon, a slow transition from the man-made world to the natural one. The road itself is part of what keeps the town off the beaten path. While it is paved, it is a simple 2-lane highway that feels a world away from the multi-lane motorways of more developed regions. There are no large tourist buses making this trip regularly, no major tour operators promoting it as a mainstream destination. Travel is typically done by local bus, a shared taxi, or a rented car. This makes the journey feel more personal and less commercial. It requires a bit more effort and planning than visiting a major tourist hotspot, which naturally filters out the casual traveler and attracts those with a more adventurous spirit. The town's secrecy is also a matter of perception and promotion. Brazil is a massive country with an abundance of world-famous attractions, from Iguazu Falls to Christ the Redeemer. In the global tourism market, a small town in the Amazon struggles to compete for attention. Most international visitors who come to the Amazon are drawn to jungle lodges accessible by boat from Manaus, focusing on wildlife spotting and river tours. Presidente Figueiredo, with its land-based, waterfall-focused attractions, simply flies under the radar. It is a destination known mostly to locals from Manaus seeking a weekend escape and to a small number of independent travelers who hear about it through word of mouth. This lack of widespread fame is the town's greatest blessing. It means the trails are not crowded, the waterfall pools are not full of people, and the experience remains authentic and intimate. You can often find yourself completely alone at a stunning cascade with only the sounds of the jungle for company. This sense of discovery is a rare and precious thing in today's world. The journey to Presidente Figueiredo is more than just a physical trip. It's a journey back in time to an era of travel when destinations had to be sought out, not just booked online. It's this challenge that preserves its magic. The culture of Presidente Figueiredo is a beautiful blend of Amazonian indigenous traditions and the influences of Brazilian settlers. Life here moves at a slower pace, dictated by the rhythm of the river and the seasons of the rainforest. Community is at the heart of everything. People know their neighbors, and there is a strong sense of solidarity and mutual support. This close-knit atmosphere is immediately apparent to any visitor. Smiles are freely given, and locals are often happy to stop and chat, sharing stories about their town and their way of life with genuine pride and warmth. This welcoming spirit is an essential part of the town's charm. Food is a central pillar of the local culture, and the cuisine is a direct reflection of the Amazon's bounty. The dishes are based on fresh, locally sourced ingredients, with fish being the star of many meals. One of the most famous local dishes is tambaqui na brasa, a large river fish that is seasoned with local herbs and grilled over hot coals. It's often served with farinha d'água, a coarse manioc flour, and a tangy vinaigrette. Another local delicacy is tacacá, a hot and sour soup made with tucupi, a yellow broth extracted from wild manioc, jambu, a native herb that creates a tingling sensation in the mouth, and dried shrimp. Local crafts provide another window into the soul of the region. Artisans use materials sustainably harvested from the forest to create beautiful and functional items. You can find intricate baskets woven from palm fibers, jewelry made from seeds and polished wood, and pottery inspired by ancient indigenous designs. These crafts are not just souvenirs, they are a continuation of ancestral skills and a vital source of income for many families. Buying these items directly from the artisans who make them is a wonderful way to support the local economy and take home a piece of the Amazon's artistic heritage. The craftsmanship tells a story of a deep connection to the natural world. Festivals are a vibrant expression of the town's culture and traditions. The most important event of the year is the Festa do Cupuaçu, a celebration of a popular Amazonian fruit. The festival takes place in April and features music, dancing, and of course a wide variety of food and drinks made from cupuaçu. Another significant event is the Waterfall Festival, which celebrates the natural wonders that define the town. These festivals bring the entire community together and offer visitors a chance to experience the joyful and lively spirit of the local people. They are a colorful and noisy affirmation of the town's unique identity and its pride in its natural and cultural richness. To truly understand Presidente Figueiredo, you must listen to the people who call it home. One such person is Seu Juan, a man in his late 60s who has worked as a local guide for over 30 years. His face is weathered by the sun, and his eyes hold the wisdom of someone who has spent a lifetime in the forest. When I was a boy, this road was just a dirt track, he tells me, pointing towards the BR-174. We knew the waterfalls, of course. They were our swimming pools, our fishing spots. We never thought people from all over the world would one day want to come and see them. For us, they were just home. Seu João's stories paint a vivid picture of a life intertwined with nature. He speaks of learning the trails by following his father, of knowing which plants can be used for medicine and which fruits are safe to eat. The forest provides everything you need, but you must respect it, he says with a serious tone. You take only what you need, and you always leave it as you found it. This is the first lesson the forest teaches you. It is a lesson of balance. We are not the masters of this place. We are just a small part of it, like the jaguar or the hummingbird. His words carry the weight of a deep, personal truth. Then there is Maria, a young woman who runs a small restaurant with her family. Her specialty is the tambaqui na brasa that her mother taught her to make. She was born and raised in Presidente Figueiredo, but spent a few years in Manaus for her studies. I missed the sound of the water, she shares, while skillfully preparing a fish for the grill. In the city, there is always noise, but it's a dead noise. Here, the noise of the waterfall is alive. It gives you energy. Maria decided to return to her hometown to build a life and a business that celebrates her heritage. Maria is part of a new generation that sees a future in sustainable tourism. We don't want to become like other big tourist towns, she explains passionately. We want to keep our town small and special. We want visitors to come and appreciate the nature, not to destroy it. That's why we try to use local products to keep the money in our community and to teach our guests about the importance of conservation. Her perspective is a hopeful one, showing a conscious effort to guide the town's development in a way that protects its most valuable asset, its pristine natural environment. It's a delicate balance between progress and preservation. Among the 200 waterfalls, a few really stand out for their breathtaking beauty and unique character. The first of these is Cachoeira de Iracema. Reaching it involves a short, scenic hike through the rainforest, crossing a charming wooden bridge over the river. The waterfall itself is a powerful, wide curtain of water that thunders down a series of rocky steps into a large, inviting pool. The force of the water creates a constant spray of mist that nourishes the lush vegetation growing all around it. What makes Iracema special is the combination of its raw power and the serene beauty of its surroundings. It's a place that makes you feel small and honestly humbled by the force of nature. A short walk from Iracema lies another jewel, Cachoeira das Araras. This waterfall is much gentler and more intimate. Here the water flows in several smaller streams over a wide sloping rock face covered in green moss. The result is a delicate and intricate display, almost like a natural water garden. The pool at the bottom is shallow and calm, making it a perfect spot for families and for those who just want to relax in the cool, clear water. The name Araras means macaws, and it's not uncommon to see these brilliantly colored birds flying overhead, adding to the magical atmosphere of the place. Honestly, it feels like a secret, hidden grotto. Perhaps the most iconic and spiritually significant waterfall is Cachoeira do Santuário, which means sanctuary waterfall. This place truly lives up to its name. It is located within a private ecological reserve, which has helped to preserve its pristine condition. The waterfall cascades down a dark, imposing rock wall into a deep emerald green pool. The entire scene is framed by a natural amphitheater of rock and jungle, creating a profound sense of enclosure and peace. The water is incredibly clear, and you can see the smooth stones on the bottom. Swimming here feels like a cleansing ritual, a baptism in the heart of the Amazon. It is a place of quiet contemplation and deep connection. Each of these three waterfalls offers a different experience, showcasing the incredible diversity of the region's aquatic landscapes. Iracema is about power and grandeur. Araras is about delicacy and tranquility. Santuario is about spiritual connection and sacred beauty. Together they represent just a small fraction of the natural treasures hidden in the forests of Presidente Figueiredo. Exploring them is not just about seeing beautiful sights. It is about experiencing the different moods and energies of the water and understanding why this place is so deeply cherished by the people who live here. They are, without a doubt, the heart and soul of the land of waterfalls. The people of Presidente Figueiredo understand that their well-being is directly tied to the health of the forest and its waterfalls. This understanding has fostered a strong, community-led conservation ethic that is visible everywhere. It is not a formal, top-down approach dictated by distant government agencies, but rather a practical, day-to-day commitment lived out by the residents themselves. Local guides like São João are on the front lines of this effort. They not only lead visitors through the trails, but also act as educators and guardians of the environment, reminding everyone to stay on the paths, to not leave any rubbish behind, and to respect the wildlife. This commitment extends to how the town manages its main attraction. Many of the most beautiful waterfalls are located on private land or within designated ecological reserves. The owners of these properties act as stewards, carefully controlling access to protect the fragile ecosystems. They charge small entrance fees, which are used to maintain the trails, build safe infrastructure like bridges and stairs, and fund conservation projects. This model of small-scale, privately managed ecotourism ensures that the environment is protected while also providing a sustainable source of income for local families. It's a system built on responsibility and a long-term vision. The community's conservation efforts are also focused on preventing the threats that have damaged other parts of the Amazon. There is a strong local sentiment against large-scale deforestation, mining, and industrial agriculture. The people have seen how these activities can destroy forests and pollute rivers in other regions, and they are determined to protect their home from a similar fate. They understand that their unique tourism-based economy depends entirely on keeping their forests standing and their waters clean. This economic incentive powerfully reinforces their cultural and emotional connection to the land, creating a unified front for its protection. Why does this matter so much? Because the Amazon rainforest is not just a collection of trees and rivers, it is a vital global system. It produces oxygen, regulates climate patterns, and holds an incredible store of biodiversity, much of which is still unknown to science. The local conservation efforts in a small town like Presidente Figueiredo are a crucial part of a much larger puzzle. They demonstrate that it is possible for communities to live in and benefit from the forest without destroying it. They provide a powerful and hopeful example of a sustainable path forward, a model that could be replicated in other parts of the Amazon and beyond. As you spend time in Presidente Figueiredo, you begin to feel an unspoken promise in the air. It's a promise made by the community to the forest, and by the forest back to the community. It's a pact of mutual respect and dependence. The town doesn't seek to conquer nature, to tame it or bend it to its will. Instead, it seeks to coexist with it, to live within its embrace and draw life from its abundance. This relationship is the defining characteristic of the town, the invisible thread that connects every person, every home, and every waterfall into a single cohesive whole. It is what makes this place so profoundly different. This promise is reflected in the small details of daily life. It's in the way a shopkeeper proudly tells you that the fruit you are buying was grown in their own backyard, free of chemicals. It's in the way a guide stops to pick up a single piece of litter dropped by a thoughtless visitor, explaining that every small action matters. It's in the sound of children laughing as they swim in a river pool, learning from a young age that the river is a friend to be cared for. These are not grand gestures, but they are the building blocks of a powerful conservation culture that has become second nature to the people here. The town's future depends on keeping this promise. The residents know that the moment they prioritize profit over preservation, the magic of their home will begin to fade. The crystal clear waters could turn murky, the vibrant forests could fall silent, and the tourists who seek authenticity and natural beauty would stop coming. This awareness creates a powerful incentive to resist the temptations of rapid, unsustainable development. It forces a more thoughtful and deliberate approach, one that measures success not just in economic terms, but in the continued health and vitality of the ecosystem. This unspoken promise is also an invitation to visitors. It asks us to be more than just consumers of beautiful scenery. It asks us to be respectful guests, to walk lightly, and to engage with the place on a deeper level. It encourages us to listen to the stories of the locals, to learn about their connection to the land, and to understand our own role in its preservation. A visit to Presidente Figueiredo is not just a holiday, it is an education. It teaches us that the most beautiful places in the world are also the most fragile, and that we all share a responsibility to protect them. In a world that feels increasingly mapped, measured, and monetized, the existence of places like Presidente Figueiredo is more important than ever. These hidden gems are not just spots on a map waiting to be discovered and developed. They are vital reservoirs of natural beauty, biodiversity, and cultural authenticity. They remind us that there is still mystery and wonder to be found, that the entire planet has not yet been homogenized into a single predictable experience. They are sanctuaries, not just for the wildlife that lives there, but for the human spirit as well. They offer a chance to disconnect from our hectic lives and reconnect with something more elemental and real. The preservation of these secret places is a matter of global importance. They are living laboratories where we can see sustainable ways of life in action. The community of Presidente Figueiredo provides a powerful counter-narrative to the idea that economic development must come at the expense of the environment. They show us that it is possible to build a thriving local economy based on the preservation rather than the exploitation of natural resources. These are invaluable lessons as the world grapples with the urgent challenges of climate change and biodiversity loss. These small, hidden communities are not on the periphery of the solution. They are at its very heart, Protecting these places requires a conscious choice. It requires us, as travelers, to change our mindset. Instead of rushing to be the first to post a new location on social media, we can choose to be thoughtful and responsible visitors. We can support local businesses, listen to community leaders, and contribute to conservation efforts. It also requires governments and larger organizations to recognize the value of these small-scale community-led models and to support them, rather than pushing for large, industrial-scale tourism projects that so often destroy the very thing that makes a place special. Ultimately, the future of our planet depends on our ability to protect its secrets. Places like the Land of Waterfalls are a testament to the resilience of nature and the wisdom of the people who live in harmony with it. They are a source of hope and inspiration, a reminder of what we are fighting to protect. The whisper of 200 waterfalls in a hidden corner of the Amazon is a call to action. It urges us to cherish and defend the wild, undiscovered corners of our world, for in their survival lies the key to our own. The world needs its secrets, because in them we find a reflection of the best of what we can be.